Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Sunstone, and today I'm going to be sharing the 5 things that I do not want to see in Coral Island. I've been really enjoying making this little series, so if you haven't seen my 2 previous videos, which are the 5 things I'm excited for and the 5 things I'm really hoping to see in the game, definitely go check them out because some of the things that I don't want to see are actually mentioned in those videos based on what I do want to see. You follow me? So without any further ado, let's get started. Coming in at number 5, I really don't want the monetary system to be the only way of acquiring items. And I also don't want it to be too easy to earn the in-game currency. In games like Animal Crossing, it just became way too easy to make millions and millions of bells, and they essentially become worthless once you've completed your island and have everything you want. I would like there to be a nice balance on Coral Island, where it's not too difficult to earn money, but also not too easy, and I would really like there to be some other way to acquire special items that cannot be purchased, such as found or gifted from NPCs. I don't want money to be able to buy absolutely everything in the game, as I feel that it would decrease the overall value and specialness of the items. Next at number 4, I really do not want to be overly restricted with the design and layout of my home on Coral Island. I don't want the only exterior customization options to be those that we've seen in the trailer, although I'm almost certain that there will be plenty to choose from, just based on how the developers have been tackling various other aspects of the game, such as the character customization and upgrading the exteriors of other buildings, such as the Carpenter House. I hope that certain exteriors will be valued very high and will give us something to work towards, and I also hope that we will not be restricted to a certain layout of the inside of our home. I'd really like to be able to make some choices with regards to room size and room placement. Coming in at number 3, I really hope that we do not have to get married in order to have children in the game. There are just so many reasons for this. What if you want to be a single parent? What if you just don't want to get married to your significant other? I understand that it wouldn't be the biggest deal in some cases to just sit through an in-game ceremony for the sake of having kids, but especially in the case of wanting to play as a single parent or wanting to adopt, I just really hope that the way about which we couple up and bring kids into the game will allow for a variety of life path options that will reflect the diversity that exists in the real world. Because obviously there is no one single path towards having children. Next at number 2 is related to exploration. I really do not want to see the top 2/3 of Coral Island being closed off to us and just there for the sake of looks on the diving map. Although I believe that Starlight Town and the surrounding area will be full of life and lots to explore, I really have been hoping for access to that upper portion of the island and perhaps even different landscapes and scenery. I also do not want to see the implementation of island hopping, which was the final stretch goal on the Coral Island Kickstarter, rushed and ending up being underwhelming. The island hopping addition to the game allows for so much replayability and excitement. DLCs, mods, additional quests and storylines, new items, new resources, new characters. If the developers take their time with this game mechanic and do it right, it could make the game last almost forever. What I really do not want to see is anything close to the Mystery Islands from Animal Crossing, where it's the same island over and over again, essentially, with plain resources that you don't really need after the first few days of playing the game. Red and I actually talked about island hopping on our recent episode of Everything Coral Island, where we shared a lot of our own ideas for this game mechanic. So if you're interested, I will link that in the description of this video and you can check it out. Finally, coming in at number 1, I really do not want to see repetitive, stale dialogue from the NPCs. I got so sick of the same repeating lines from my villagers on Animal Crossing that I really had no incentive to talk to them at a certain point in the game. And sorry to make so many comparisons with Animal Crossing, but it's just so relevant. And I guess sometimes you really need to know what you don't like and experience it to know what you do like and what you want to see in a game like this. I want the NPCs of Coral Island to know what is going on Coral Island. I don't want them to be oblivious to my efforts to clean up the island and revitalize the ecosystem, and I don't want them to be unaware that I've completed exciting community projects. I also don't want them to have no knowledge of me dating their sibling or marrying their daughter. I want to be as immersed as possible in Coral Island, and I want the cast of NPCs to not only have dynamic dialogue that is responsive to my game progression, but I also want the dialogue to reflect their varied personalities. I don't want to see every single NPC bright, cheery, nice, and friendly all the time. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love nice people, but I don't want every character to be so nice too nice. I don't want Karen to be the only villain on the island. I want some sass from Leah. I want the cold shoulder from Luke. Maybe throw in a wild card and make a character who we all think is gonna be so sweet like Suki or Lily, have a nice spicy side to them. I just think too nice can become predictable, and this sort of variety as reflected in character dialogue will make the game much more dynamic, interesting, and exciting. I also have a couple of honorable mentions. The first is that I hope that we won't be forced into having an overly cluttered inventory system. I'm really hoping for something like a tool ring to free up some of our pocket space, even if this was something that we could purchase with in-game currency later down the line to improve quality of life. I also hope that we don't have to run back and forth to our farmhouse to see what we have in storage when crafting, shopping, or cooking. And I hope that there will be nice communication between all of these systems. I actually really like the way Cozy Grove has implemented their system where you can craft on the other side of the island with items from your home storage and see exactly how many of each item you're missing for a certain recipe without running all the way back to your tent. My other honorable mention is related to character customization. I personally really don't want to see the initial character customization not having the option to start with glasses. This is part of my identity, and I think it is for so many of us. I mean, I need them to see, okay? And this is obviously not the end of the world if I have to just buy them later in the game, but I've never played a game where I get to start with glasses and actually look and feel like myself from the very beginning. I would love for Coral Island to be the game that breaks this chain. I would hate to have this in specific missing from the initial customizer, but this really goes for any aspect of character design that makes you feel like you. But I do have high hopes overall for their character customization. Just the simple fact that they're even providing such diverse options for just the alpha version of the game is absolutely incredible and so heartwarming. We love you, Stairway Games. And now it's time for your top comments. So these comments were from my most recent video, which was on the recent developer update, which covered a lot of information about the upcoming alpha. And this lovely individual here said that they're actually a community associate from the Coral Island Discord server. They're just basically thanking me for being aware of the initial NDA for the first and possibly second alpha build, and they're hoping that content creators not on the Discord server will follow NDA rules. It's hard to keep an eye out for leaks. That's something that I was super curious about because obviously, like, I know what's going on. I know that I can't share anything until we get the green light, but I know, you know how the internet can be. I've been a little concerned that like maybe someone will post something before they're supposed to, or someone just won't listen, and I'm just hoping for the best. Fingers crossed that everyone will respect the NDA and, you know, all will be well. In this video, I said I didn't really know when it was coming out, like what time on July 31st, and they said it's actually at 6 p.m. PDT. I believe that is my time zone. I don't know because I say it's PST, and I looked it up and it seems like PDT and PST are the same. I don't know. I might be wrong, but I think that means it's actually 6 p.m. my time. So I'm definitely also, yes, gonna be up playing the content all night. You and I both. I'm so excited. Opal said, thanks so much for the information about the alpha content. I really like the transparency of the developers. I think there's plenty to keep you busy while they fix the bugs and prepare for further updates. Appreciate you being able to continue to post videos to keep our enthusiasm up. I hope that this won't be a problem when the alpha is released and that we can still hear your insights on the game. And yeah, I totally am, I'm tossing around in my head about how I'm gonna go about this because it's just a little tricky. I'm not good at withholding information or like lying or like anything like that, or like being fake or anything. I'm like too honest sometimes. I just like don't want to feel weird when I'm recording a video on a topic where maybe I know the answer to my question. Like I can't speculate anymore if I like know the answer. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know how I'm gonna go about making content. Maybe I'll just try to make content on the aspects of the game that like aren't really included yet in alpha or something, so I can still speculate authentically, but we'll see. I'm just looking forward to actually being able to share the alpha once all is well and the developers are happy with how it is. Please leave a comment down below what you do not want to see in Coral Island, and maybe you'll be featured in my next video. And finally, let's take a look at today's amazing fan art. Today we have the sweetest artwork by Bubblie, and she created this piece for the team at Stairway Games because on the recent developer update, it was noted that several team members at Stairway Games actually fell sick with COVID, and this was her little get well soon message from the Giants. I just think it's so sweet and I wanted to share it in this video. I completely echo those get well soon wishes to the team. I hope all is well. I hope everyone is making a recovery, and my love goes out to them all. So thank you so much, Bubblie, for sharing this beautiful artwork. I love it. I love the Giants. It's just so sweet, honestly. Well, there you have it, friends. friends. Those are some of the things that I do not want to see in Coral Island. I'm not too worried about basically any of them because I'm very confident in Stairway Games and how they're going to develop the game. As I said, please leave a comment about what you do not want to see in the game and your thoughts on what I do not want to see in the game. Let's chat as always. Thank you all so much for watching. I love you all, and until next time, take care.